You know, most of my life, all I ever cared about was anything that was dark and creepy and metal music. But you know what? Recently, I have felt the need for something a little bit more different. Well, look who decided to return. You know, I've been trying to do this whole thing where I kind of go back to some of these songs that I remember vaguely, and this is one that has actually been at the top of my list. Recently we did end up doing some Tiny Tan animations, and straight up, this is the song that was in one of them, and I was just like, oh man, I really forgot how good this song was. So, I hope you all excuse me, because I would actually like to go back to revisit this song, and kind of just remember, if that makes sense. So, let's check it out, shall we?
그런 날 있잖아 이유 없이 슬픈 날 몸은 무겁고 나 빼고 모두 다 바쁘고 치열해 보이는 날 발걸음이 떨어지질 않아 벌써 늦은 것 같은데 말이야 온 세상이 얇이네 곳곳에 들끓거리는 과습방지 탑 맘은 구겨지고 말이 자꾸 없어져 도대체 왜 나 열심히 뛰었는데 내게 왜 집에 와 침대에 누워 생각해봐 내 잘못이었을까 어지러운 밤 못해 시계 봐 곧 12시 뭔가 달라질까 그런 건 아닐 거야 그래도 이 하루가 끝나잖아 좋친과 분침이 겹칠 때 세상은 아주 잠깐 숨을 참아 0 o'clock And you're gonna be happy And you're gonna be happy 만 내려앉은 저도처럼 숨을 쉬자 처음처럼 And you're gonna be happy And you're gonna be happy Turn your sorrow around 모든 게 새로운 0 o'clock 점심반짝한 미끄러져 쉬운 표정이 한지어져 익숙한 경사 자꾸 잊어 내 맘 같은 게 뭐 하나 없어 그렇다 지나간 일들이야 혼잣말 해도 참 쉽잖아 Is it my fault? Is it my wrong? 답이 없는 나의 메아리만 집에 와 침대에 누워 생각해봐 내 잘못이었을까 어지러운 밤 모든 시계 봐 곧 12시 뭔가 달라질까 그런 건 아닐 거야 그래도 이 하루가 끝나잖아 초침과 눈침이 겹칠 때 세상은 아주 잠깐 숨을 참아 0 o'clock And you're gonna be happy And you're gonna be happy 만 내려앉은 조금처럼 숨을 쉬는 처음처럼 And you're gonna be happy And you're gonna be happy It's all around 모든 게 새로운 0 o'clock 두 손 모아 기도하네 내일은 좀 토끼를 for me 조명기를 for me 이 노래가 끝이 나면 새 노래가 시작되니 좀 더 행복하기를 Yeah And you're gonna be happy And you're gonna be happy 아주 잠깐 숨을 참고 오늘도 나를 떠나려 And you're gonna be happy And you're gonna be And you're gonna be happy Turn yourself around
Wow. I think a lot. First and foremost, actually, before I kind of go on to the old sappy stuff, um, I feel like I remember this song being really dominated by JK and by Jimin. But you know what? V put in a very valiant effort, and so did Jin. But man, I just remember that being way more dominated by Jimin and Jungkook. But that's kind of one of the things that memory plays with, right? As some of the falsifications, I guess you should say. I mean, sure, of course they did fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, no, this is a very much team effort, more than I actually even remember. So, this song to me is kind of something else. I'm one of those people that reluctantly dwells on life and how things have gone. And I'm probably a little bit too hard on myself in a lot of senses. And I don't think that's something that's a very big shock, unfortunately. I think I kind of wear that on my sleeves a little too much. But I think the song, in a lot of senses, kind of frames it the same way that I feel. And I think the one thing that's kind of interesting is there's just this line right here. Is something going to change? It isn't, is it? But still, this day is coming to an end. I have to admit, I'm one of those people that, like, I hate change. But at the same time, I don't like the fact that things stay the same. I feel like that if I'm staying the same, if things don't change, that, to me, I see that as a failure on my part. Because as people, we're supposed to kind of evolve over time. And sometimes I think I don't evolve fast enough. So this song hits home in a lot of ways. And like, I've heard it a couple times here and there, very vaguely, but I think this is the first time that I ever sat down and listened to it in length since the first time I did. And it's tricky. And sadly enough, it's one of those things that, like, for some reason I can't seem to stop. And I think about this song fairly frequently, regardless of how little I've actually listened to it. Because I feel like that this, as soon as I hear Jimin, it just makes me want to start crying anyway. But, like, I sit here and think about all the things, and again, I try not to dwell and, like, regret about things of the past, but I do think a lot about, like, what if, and I think sometimes that's the hard part, is knowing what could have been, and not even necessarily having to regret that, but I feel like that this song just really kind of puts that same feelings out there for me, and just kind of trying to understand where you're at. And, there are days where it's easier than others. There's a lot of days that are actually very good. Probably more good than bad. But I think the interesting thing is that for me personally, I think I'm one of those people that, like, knows things need to change but doesn't know how to. I think that's kind of been one of my biggest things. And this song, to me, in a lot of senses, really just kind of hits it home and makes me really think and feel in a lot of ways. And I really like that. So, yeah, this song really, really, it stands the test of time for me. So, anyway, let me know what y'all think about this song. Tell me what y'all think. I want to know kind of more or less your relationship with this song. So anyway, thank you, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye.